Hi, my name is Kanyut. I'm the founder of Edemy. In this video, I'm going to explain how is an Edemy class run. So every week we have 6 sessions, and there are 2 types of session. So the first type of session is called a video session, which is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. In these sessions, students study by themselves at their own pace with the textbooks. And in the second type of session, what we call facilitator session, which is on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, students study with a local facilitator who is also a student but who get trained in facilitating. So let's have a look at the first time in the video session. For example, on Monday for 1 hour, what students do? First, they study with using our video. They study the content from a textbook, and then they take a quick quiz. So here is our textbook. Let's say we actually want to give an example on page 5 where students study vocabularies about sport. So first they watch this video with an explanation in Khmer.
Dạ, về bài chỉ bà bây giờ tí tới bà dùng vô biển đi bà trong báo vị trí của này chẳng bà sân như là bà bố lại ní measure.
So as you could see, this is actually what student will look, what is actually look in the, this is the content from the textbook, and then we do the explanation in Khmer, and then student can actually study it, but we also allow students to work on their own pace as well. So students have to complete this one before they can even start listening to the answer. You see this one, we give students 3 minutes to work on their own. After watching the video, then students take a small quiz like this one where they select the answer, submit it, and then they get the result instantly. This is actually our own software. So we can actually provide an interactive quizzes for students. This is actually what it looks like in a classroom. If students have the computer, they watch the videos through the computer. You could see here, it's still the content from a textbook. If they don't, we actually buy a tablet for them. Yeah. The second type of session is called a facilitator session. For example, like on Tuesday, after that sport vocabulary for 1 hour, what happened? So first, our facilitator will watch a 10-minute training video in a local language. And then the facilitator will manage the activity in class. So this activity in this session only require management skill. They do not require any explanation at all. And then facilitator only provide instruction on how to do activity, but do not provide any explanation on the content.
Okay, và chắc là những session 2 nè, sport in the world, and how is it in the book? Chấm before này ông đi cái lại thì họ ski.
So you can see this is the handout that the facilitator will use in his or her classroom, and we explain how to do this activity in Khmer. Again, this activity do not require any explanation. It just basically require the management skills. So students just need to know what to do. There's no need for that kind of explanation. So after watching that 10-minute training video, what will happen is, facilitator will have this handout. They will copy and then distribute to the student. Now, let me go through what a typical activity is like in the class. So for example, students will spend the first 6 minutes to talk about the story they read. So we actually ask them to read a storybook at home. You could see C and D is basically answering the question, what is the most popular sport in the world, blah, blah, blah. And basically there is no right or wrong answer. So again, facilitator just to make sure that students work in pair and then ask and answer the question. There's no need for explanation at all. And then they probably can ask students to share a little bit, but again, do not explain. In this activity, what students do is students create a question by themselves, like can you ski, can you skate, can you swim, can you ride a bike, for example, and then ask and answer the question with their partner. Again, there is no explanation for this content, but the facilitator need to know what to do the activity, whether students should work in pair, work alone, or work in group. So as you could see here, what we actually do is we actually differentiate between explanation. So we actually put the explanation onto the video, and then these are the application or interaction. So we actually leave this for facilitator, and because they do not require explanation, and they only require management skill. That's why we are able to train students to be facilitator. So let's watch the video of what happened in class.
Miết là trường còn những này vậy thì muốn biết skateboard hay nó cứ skateboard nó cứ ra okay swim cứ việc này.
So you could see in this video, I think the facilitator is trying to actually explain how to do this activity to his classmates. So he is actually a student as well. After watching the video, he just stand up and then explain the activity to his peer.
Yes, I can.
So you could see here now, students actually ask each other on these questions, and so they work in pair. So they just basically ask, can I ski? Can I skate? And then again, there is no explanation from the facilitator. They can just work in a partner by themselves. Yeah.
I want to ask you one question. Yes, I can.
So that actually a typical class in our Edemy class. Again, I think what we actually learn and then kind of make it successful is the differentiation between explanation and application content, and be able to work with our teacher. But if they're teacher, we can still work with them. Thank you.